Hi, my name is Russ. This is my 1994 Toyota MR2. It's the third MR2 I've owned, and I've become the club president here with the BC MR2 Owners Club. Like I said, this is the third MR2 I've owned. It started out a completely bone stock, automatic, non-turbo MR2. It was a nice clean shell that I picked up from San Diego, California and brought home. Since purchasing it, I've actually done quite a few modifications now. The biggest one and the most interesting story is the V6 conversion. Runs a 3.5 liter V6 from a 2009 RAV4, and the transmission is from an MR2 turbo. In addition to that, I've done lots of suspension mods. I've done springs, struts, sway bars, bushings, and I've done the work wheels as well. I just recently got it repainted this last winter and drove it down to Toyota Fest in Long Beach, California again this year with a couple other members, and we had a great time. So here's the motor. It's the 3.5 liter from the RAV4 2009, as mentioned. One of the big reasons for this swap is mostly the power band and all the torque it makes, especially at the lower RPM, and in fact through pretty much the entire rev range. One of the two big reasons for this, going with this motor and this it's rather unusual swap, was specifically for that torque, and I like to take the car to the autocross. So when you come in hard, brake hard into a corner, you really want to power out as best you can, and nothing like a bigger displacement motor for that extra torque. One other really nice benefit is it's a very modern motor, so all the Toyota dealers stock all the parts. It's more or less a stock engine, so anybody can work on it. It runs a stock ECU, there's nothing fancy there, but it still makes good power. Toyota rates at about 270 horsepower and about 250 pound-feet of torque as bone stock. I've only got intake headers and exhaust on it, and one of my favorite things when we're out going with cruises is when we stop for gas, I can just put in regular.
Hey, my name is Kevin Minato, and this is my 1991 Toyota MR2 Turbo. I bought it about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't been driving it at all. I've just been keeping it in my garage because I'm working on selling my Honda Civic. I did buy day insurance for today, so this was my first day driving it. So that's been like a really big pleasure. I've got tons of like thumbs up and old ladies coming up to me and being like, "Oh my God, your car is so beautiful," and they're like in such shock when they find out that it's from 1991. Like, it's almost 25 years old, so it's pretty crazy that it still looks so, it's like such a modern, sleek car. Yeah, I haven't done anything to the car yet aside from clean it because it was pretty filthy when I bought it, but I'm pretty OCD about keeping things clean, so I had all the seats out and had the shop vac out vacuuming the carpets. The engine itself has 376,000 kilometers on it, which is like unheard of for MR2s. But the it's been rebuilt, fully rebuilt by Toyota master mechanics. So after the rebuild, it's only had 40,000 kilometers on it. So it's a lot better than most other MR2s that I could have bought. So I was looking for something that had to was mechanically good, because that's where like all the expensive stuff comes in. So I kind of got the not best looking car, because those are more so the cheap mods that I can do myself, and that's kind of when the personal touches come into it, when I can choose my own rims and my own steering wheel and that kind of stuff. So my future plans with the car are, once I sell my Honda Civic, I'm gonna insure it so then I can actually drive it, which I don't really want to do anything too crazy to it before I start like driving it around for maybe 2 or 3 months, but definitely need to get rid of these terrible rims, which are designed in like the 80s, so they look absolutely terrible. Thinking of something really nice, some stance, gonna try to get it pretty flush and aggressive looking. And then the stock steering wheel has definitely got to go because I find it way too big. In my Honda, I have like a racing wheel, so it's a lot smaller, and going back to this now, it just feels like going a step backwards, steering wheel wise at least. So yeah, I'm really happy with the car, aside from not having nice rims right now, but it's good that I get to choose whatever I want to kind of make it my own.
Hi, my name's Jim. I'm a member of the BC MR2 Club. I don't show up to these meets very often, but you can see here there's a lot of cars tonight. I've got my 1989 MR2 supercharged here, which I purchased back in 2005 from a person in Prince George. It only had 50,000 kilometers on it. It's fairly mint condition. Now has 59,000 kilometers on it. I don't drive it much myself. I put collector's plates on it this year. This year it became a 25-year-old car, and I'm trying to sell it right now as well. I'm trying to sell it with this MR2 Spider as well. My hope is to actually find somebody who will purchase both of these vehicles. So I don't know if the guy can see the phone number in the window there, but if somebody wants to give me a call, I'll be happy to, answer any questions they have about both of these cars. Basically, I haven't had to do much to this car other than the wheels were redone at Green's Wheels. They machine the wheels and re-lacquer them and stuff. I like to keep the vehicle stock, so nothing else has been really changed on it. This isn't my first MR2, by the way. I've had, how many? 4 now. I had a blue MR2 like this, which I purchased back in 1993 from a Toyota dealership and drove that for 12 years. Had 326,000 kilometers. The engine and the transmission were original, only the clutch was changed. And then I was going to recondition this, and of course this one became available, so I decided to buy this rather than spending the money on reconditioning. As well, my wife's had a white MR2 turbocharged car, and we have the Spider, so quite a few MR2s. I've been more than pleased with the way they operate and handle.